Hello and welcome back to Hyperplay RPG. I'm dressed like a prick, and that can only mean one thing. It is the Hyperplay RPG Christmas Special 2024. And we're going to do things a bit differently. We're not going to do a boring review of the year. We're going to dish out some awards. Awards for the best RPGs we've played this year. The best Romhacks we've played this year. The best emulation solutions we've come across this year, such as these beauties, and other emulation solutions such as this Retroid Pocket 5 killer. And we're also going to dish out awards for Best Book of the Year. We're going to dish out an award to Best 3D Printer of the Year. What about books, manuals and maps? If you're into that kind of thing, we'll tell you the best place to get those as well. We guarantee you will learn something that you didn't know already, which should hopefully be useful to augment your emulation gaming or your RPG gaming or both. We're also going to dish out an award for YouTuber of the Year in the emulation category and also in RPGs, as well as a couple of other bits and bobs and surprises, including Idiot of the Year. Grab a mince pie, a bottle of port. It's going to be fun. Stay tuned. We're going to alternate between emulation and RPGs, and our first category, emulation console of the year. Now, loads came out, and if you're into the scene, you'll know all about them, and we provided news, reviews and tips on loads of them. We compared the best budget ones, and we were in love with the RG35XXH, the budget pocket device from Anne Bernick, but our winner overall at the end of the year is the PAL Kiddie X55, and the reason is it's got a fantastic screen. 4.8 inches if you want to play 4x3 content, 5.5 inches if you want to play PSP. You can hook it up to your TV. Looks absolutely glorious on the console or on the TV. And so our winner for best emulation console is the PAL Kiddie X55. Our honourable mention or runner-up is a bit of a cheat because it's not an integrated emulation console solution, but it is the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE paired with the Galileo G8 controller, and that's the one with the USB-C port that keeps the phone safely tucked in, and it's a glorious solution. It can play up to and including light Switch games, also able to play GameCube games with HD textures and widescreen hacks. And yes, it might be very long, it's 20:9 obviously, and you do get black bars at the side even with Switch games. However, one solution is, which Retroid Pocket 5 users has found, to get the black variant of a console, and we can change the G8 Galileo to a black variant by using silicone grips, and that's what we did. Moving swiftly on, and our first RPG category of the year, and it's not necessarily going to be a game that came out this year. In fact, it's definitely not. It's just what we've been playing and what we've enjoyed the most, and by far and away the standout of the many RPGs we've played is Chained Echoes, and as you've probably just seen, we played this on the S21 FE, an absolutely phenomenal modern RPG done in the old 16-bit style, and it's been described as the perfect marriage of Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger, and yes, the turn-based battles are very much like that. However, what struck us on our playthrough is the remarkable influences that have been taken from so many other games, whether it's Suikoden, even The Witcher 3 with the side quests, Trails in the Sky as well, but first and foremost, the Xeno games. Starting with Xenogears, yes, you've got the obvious mechs, or the Sky Armor, as they're called here. They're called Gears in Xenogears, obviously, but Sky Armor here. And that adds a fantastic dimension to the gameplay, and is very reminiscent of Xenogears. But you actually get lines taken almost wholesale from Xenogears, and some of the story with the church up to its old tricks kind of thing, very reminiscent of Xenogears, including the story, which is quite sort of convoluted in a Xenogears-esque way. And then there's the exploration, which reminds us of Xenoblade, with fantastic wide open spaces and caves to explore, and you get rewarded for the more you explore the area. So yeah, Chained Echoes, absolutely amazing. Our runner-up in this category, Trails in the Sky, and we played this on the aforementioned PAL Kiddie X55, and it looked absolutely glorious. If you upgrade the operating system on the PAL Kiddie X55 to the last build of Gelos that was done, I believe it's the February 2024 version, then PSP runs flawlessly on the X55, and Trails was a great game and we thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's coming to Switch next year, so that's definitely one to look forward to. Our YouTuber of the year in the RPG sphere for 2024 goes to this hero. This is David Vincent, I believe his full name is, but he goes by David Vink on YouTube. Strangely reminiscent of Sabin Figaro from Final Fantasy VI, and he does play on that a bit. His channel is absolutely superb. News, reviews, hidden gems, top 10s, whatever you want to say. He tells it like it is. You know, if a game is rubbish, he will say, but he will happily dig out games that you might not know about, truly hidden gems, things that Beloved Rapture was one recently. Beloved Rapture, a game that's got a Steam release, another 16-bit style RPG in the vein of Chained Echoes, and he's got an excellent review on that recently. So thoroughly nice chap as well. In the emulation sphere, for YouTuber of the year, well, we thought about it and we wanted to be original, but you just can't get past Russ from Retro Game Core. The man is an absolute phenomenon, and his work ethic is second to none. We don't know where he finds the time to output such in-depth quality material. His style of reviewing is absolutely spot on. Again, not afraid to say it like it is, but very analytical and also entertaining, and gives you all the information you need, often in the first few sentences of a review, and that's very refreshing. People just watch his reviews even if they have no intention of buying the device. He is that good. So definitely recommend you checking out Russ from Retro Game Core, even if you're not particularly into emulation, because his videos are really something special, actually, and he is still the gold standard in this area. Now, he did fly a bit close to the wind. He baited the beast. He upset Nintendo by featuring the MiG Switch cart and some of their footage and title screens alongside that. And they went for 2 copyright strikes on him and a third, and he would have been out of the scene. But he's hung tough, he's hung in there. His copyright strikes have expired. Certainly one of them has, and the next one's about to go. Russ is our YouTuber of the year for emulation. But hot on his heels is this young buck, a chap called Ryan from South Korea, a primary school teacher. He has swiftly shot to prominence because he has produced 48 excellent videos about the Retroid Pocket 5, all about the Retroid Pocket 5 and what it can do, particularly with regard to the secret console emulation. Now, we're going to respect what Ryan chooses to do. The highest system that the Retroid Pocket 5 can emulate, and you can see it on screen there. He calls it the secret console because he doesn't want to get into trouble, pretty much because of Russ's YouTube strikes and the way that the Big N has been going after emulation recently. But here's a quick squiz at Ryan's videos, and they're brilliant. You can tell that he's a teacher. He provides the information very clearly and succinctly, informatively, but he's another one who's got a great work ethic, and he's been working very hard to build up his subscriber base up to 5,000 now, and highly recommend not only his secret console videos but also his GameCube HD texture pack and widescreen tutorial videos. Anyway, they're all worth a look if you have any interest in Retro Pocket 5 or indeed Snapdragon chips around the area, because the Retro Pocket 5 has a Snapdragon 865 in it. Obviously, we've been using the Snapdragon 888 in our Samsung Galaxy S21, so we know that anything that runs on Retro Pocket 5 is going to run as well, if not better, on our little homemade console solution. And he's also produced a fantastic spreadsheet and opened this up to the community, which shows you which games will play on the console, and he invites his subscribers and viewers, his Discord members, to come and put in their findings about which games work well on the Retro Pocket 5, whether they're perfect, great, playable or unplayable, and then which system they use and which drivers they use. And that's a fantastic resource, and we'll put the link in the description below. And it's largely because of that spreadsheet that we're mentioning Ryan here. He's been great, and that spreadsheet is fantastic. On to RPG Hack of the Year. Now, we did a video on our favourite SNES hacks, and our favourite RPG hack of the year is the same as that topped that video, and it is Final Fantasy VI Antinomia, which brings General Leo to the fore. General Leo features with much more prominence. He's one of the main protagonists, and he survives into the second act of Final Fantasy VI. And if you have any interest in this game, whether you played it before or whether you haven't, we would highly recommend that you go for Final Fantasy VI Antinomia as your Final Fantasy hack of choice. We think it's the definitive way to play what is our favourite RPG, and the production values are second to none. The attention to detail is superb. You can see that even the skin on General Leo's face is darker than it was in the original Final Fantasy VI, so that it matches the Amano character art that you saw earlier. This is like a director's cut of Final Fantasy VI and is very much worth your time. It's so exciting for someone who grew up with these games to be able to effectively have more of them in the style that Squaresoft would be proud of. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, recommend you hunt down Final Fantasy VI Antinomia. And we've got some other good hacks as well on that video of our 5 amazing SNES ROM hacks. So yes, Final Fantasy VI Antinomia, a very worthy winner of our SNES ROM hack watch along. In fact, we love Antinomia so much we got a bespoke Final Fantasy VI Antinomia box done in this old Super Famicom style, but more on that later. A runner-up in this category for Great ROM Hack of the Year is Tengai Makior Zero. Another one we played, this one on the RG35XX, and this is a miracle of a translation, and it is a simple translation on the face of it, but what it incorporates into the emulation is the real-time in-game clock, where you put in the date in the real world and your birthday, and then events in the game will take place depending on what day you have said it is. So there'll be different festivals where you can go and play different mini games and buy different goods. And it doesn't hurt that Tengai Makior Zero, which came out very late in this Super Famicom's lifestyle, is one of the very best looking games on the entire system. The colours are absolutely beautiful, and we would draw special attention to the battle scenes, because the backgrounds to the battles, and there are a lot of random encounters, so if you're not into random encounters, then either don't play this or play on an emulator where you can fast forward, but the backgrounds to those random battles are absolutely beautiful and certainly make the grinding a much more pleasurable experience, as does the music. The music in this game is absolutely lovely. It's not as expansive a suite of songs and tunes as you would find in a Final Fantasy, but what there is phenomenal and really captures the essence of Japan, particularly the track playing now, which is so redolent of Japanese rural village life. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And we don't want to go on for too long about the glories of Tengai Makior Zero, but it did feature in our top 10 RPGs of all time list, so it is that good, not just one of the best ROM hacks, but one of the best RPGs of all time. I mean, look at that spinning sword. Mode 7, eat your heart out. A technical marvel and a magnificent game in general. And I should say that in addition to these amazing effects, it also is so far ahead of its time in terms of fast travel, inventory management, where you can bookmark different items so that they're properly categorized. Yeah, I could quite happily go on about Tengai Makior Zero all day. Suffice it to say, do check out our top 10 RPGs if you have any more interest. And also, coming up in a bit, we'll show you how you can get hold of an English copy of the box, manual and map, because you know we're into all that sort of stuff. Now, quickly on to the next category, and that is Book of the Year. And you'll have to forgive us a bit of a humble brag here, but we do actually publish this on. This is the RPG Fan Review Card Collection. Bigger than a PS1 box, but small but mighty. It's got about 300, well, it has 300 pages. Each page is an RPG review, and there are 296 reviews in total. And we give you the pros, cons, the overall impression of the game, and that all-important review score out of 100. Now, Steph Sibidlo, also known as Dice SMS on Twitter, she did the cover art, beautiful campfire scene, and also did the layout and the presentation for every single page in the book. So she's an absolute genius. The book is absolutely beautiful, even though we say so ourselves. And Switch Up, our favourite YouTube channel for Switch games, very kindly covered it, and this was their quick squiz at it. Yeah, really good book. It's available on our website if you want it. I know it sounds like a hard sell, but if you are at all into RPGs, then do check it out. Okay, and moving swiftly along, we have a slightly strange category here, Etsy Shops of the Year, but I think you'll understand why. So JTEE 3D are 3D printers who we found, and we worked with the very nice chap there called Joseph to develop a grip which also doubles as a case for the RG35XXH. And that was very popularly received. He's got great reviews on his Etsy store for that. And he also worked with us to do a grip for the R36S. Now, we don't get any commission from helping develop these grips. We did get the final grips for free. As a thank you for our help, but they are available for a very good price on his UK shop. If you want to get hold of the RG35 XXH grip case combo, but you can't stomach the shipping fees or the taxes to your country or whatever, then he does have the STL file available for a very small sum. I think it's about £5.99 on his site. But you can see the reviews here. Everyone's very happy with the grip case combo for the RG35XX. As I said, we also helped develop grip for the R36S. And again, that's been well received and can be had from him for a good price on his Etsy shop. Has these lovely handles, allows you to access the shoulder buttons and the thumbsticks, so perfect for racing games like Mario Kart on the N64 when playing it on the R36S. Yeah, just a joy to hold, and you won't get any of those cramps you get from long gaming sessions on a vertical handheld like the R36S. And at the bottom, he's made sure that you can access the charger, the headphone jack. He's really thought of everything. Really nice guy, and if you've got an idea that for something, a grip, for instance, for a console to be printed, then get in touch with him and you might be able to work with him like we did, because he's a very nice guy and very approachable. Our other favourite Etsy shop this year was Hack to the Future. Again, that's a UK-based shop, and they do reproduction books, game boxes, manuals and maps, but yeah, also books, as you saw the Earthbound Player's Guide there. As you know, we got the Antinomia box done, and again, really nice chap, John Beach, who runs the shop. He will liaise with you with regards to how you want your bespoke box to look if you can't find what you want on his site already, and it is an impressive site. We went through the process of doing the Chained Echoes box manual and map. We got so bored of waiting for First Press Games to send us the physical collector's edition we ordered over 2 years ago. We got our own made. So this lovely little booklet that you can see here, John put all that together and printed it really beautifully and sent it over to us. We designed a map online with the help of someone else on Reddit, and got that printed, and then worked with John to create a sort of old SNES style Chained Echoes for Nintendo Switch box. So yeah, John, very good at emailing, great communications, backwards and forwards, until we're absolutely happy with the images, and then he goes ahead and prints it out on this beautiful paper. Good sturdy stuff for a map. Lovely cardboard for the boxes. So that's Hack to the Future on Etsy. Again, if you don't see what you want, get in touch with John and he'll be more than happy to set you up. And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, Idiot of the Year 2024. And I'm going to throw this guy under the bus. Yes, it's me. And if you've been following the channel, you'll know full well why. I had a moment of sheer lunacy and decided that everyone was lying about the Retroid Pocket 5 and that it was in fact broken. The Retroid Pocket 5 wasn't broken. The early reviewers were not lying to us, and I just ended up looking like a bit of an idiot. So apologies to all concerned. Again, I did do a follow-up mea culpa video. I don't know what got into me. I'll try not to be such an idiot next year. So that was the Hyperplay RPG Christmas special. How was it for you? Absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? Of course, I'm recording this before actually doing the rest of it, but I've got an idea how it's going to go. Anyway, hope it was good. If you liked it, please save your progress and be sure to load up your Hyperplay RPG save file in the new year and join us for more. We're going to have a new emulation console on the go. We're going to bring you top 5 PS1 RPG Romhacks, and that's going to be the sequel video to our very popular 5 amazing SNES RPG Romhacks. And all that remains is to wish you a very happy Christmas and New Year, and we hope to see you in 2025. Goodbye. Hello and welcome to the Hyperplay RPG Christmas special. Yes, it's Christmas and I'm dressed like a prick. So let's begin. And other things like 3D printer of the year and game ephemera producer of the year. Someone who does boxes, maps, manuals. Who are the best people to do this? Who is going to get the Hyperplay RPG award, the seal of approval from us? We've done 5 Romhacks on the SNES. We're now going to do 5 amazing PS1 Romhacks. I'll get my words out eventually. So grab a mince pie and a bottle of port, get your wrapping done, and saddle up. It's going to be a lovely ride. Review of the year, we're going to dish out some awards. It's going to be RPG